Hey, it's Friday, which means it's another episode of People Like You. My name is Emmanuel Osisera, your online personal trainer and wellness coach. And today I met with a very special guest, Miss Anna Perez. And so me and Anna have been working together at the processing plant for about 2 or 3 years now. And she's someone who's very, very active. She gets even more active the older that she gets. And she's going to tell us about her boot camp and all the other activities that she's done off and on and kind of where she's at right now. So without further ado, Anna, go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know about yourself.
Well, happy Friday, everybody. And it's, yes, I'm Anna Perez, and I work with Manny. So let me tell you a bit of myself. I'm 51 years old and I love staying active. I do try to stay on top of my healthy eating habit when I can. I'm not perfect. I have downfalls but I never give up.
For sure. And I like that you said that you're not perfect, because it's the People Like You podcast. So we all take our weaknesses and strengths and just kind of build upon them and just share with others to encourage us. So that's perfect. So I want to get into the buildup of like your boot camp desires, and you just had this fire for like boot camp and stuff, and that's at least where I first met you. You were full on in. What kind of led to that, especially as you got older? Because you see that a lot of people, as they get older, they don't go into boot camp. They kind of phase their way out. But you actually, as you gotten older, gotten into it and active. So kind of take us through how you got to that point and got into that.
Okay, well, first of all, I had no plans of getting into it. My kids were into it, and they kept telling me, "Mom, you gotta join us. It's really fun." And being the person of my age, and this was like what, 4 or 5 years ago, and so I'm a little too old for that kind of activity, and I'm gonna hurt, I'm gonna injure myself, this and that. I have all the excuse in the world not to.
Right.
So then I gave in one day. I said, okay, let me just give in one day. And as I started, of course, I got all those aches and pains, barely walked. But, it helped me. It was like a drive, like, ooh, if I can do this, I know I can get better at it. And that was just the beginning part. So I tried to go through the whole, next 2 weeks. And once I started that phase of like wanting to be healthy, I wanted to start eating healthy as well. So it was like a domino effect. You want to start something healthy, you want to do it all the way. It's like, to me, when I started it, it's all or nothing. So I put my heart into it. I got better at it. There's some kids that were younger than me, and I'd like to say I did really well.
Nice.
So the main thing that kept me going so that I would stay on top of my healthy routine was the doctor discussion I had. I had my high blood pressure, and my cholesterol was high as well. And people think you're too skinny, and you shouldn't have to be on that drastic diet, or I'm not really drastic on diet, or that too much workout is for yourself. And I told myself, it's not how you look outside,
right?
It's how you feel inside,
right.
And how you're able to function on a daily basis, feeling that, hey, I feel young, I feel good about myself. And to me, it's like the fountain of youth.
Yeah, for sure. Wow, there's just a ton to unpack there. I'll start with what you just ended with right now, which is not looking good on the outside, but feeling good on the inside as well too, and just staying active. So for those who are listening, a lot of times, like I said, as we get older and we work at a place where there's a big older population as well, and it can be very easy to get discouraged. For you, it seems that your health checkup, like you said, was one of the things that kind of pushed you through. What are some of the other things that kind of helped you to keep going? Because I can imagine going to boot camp for the first time was a shock to your body, but you kept with it, I think, for several years, right?
Yes,
right. So what are some of the things that kind of kept you going? Because I'm a believer in taking small steps. Just keep going little by little. So.
Right. I worked graveyard, and graveyard, your sleep is so staggered, and eating is so hard to stay on top of also as far as eating healthy, because I don't eat with my family. I eat whenever I'm hungry. So what kept me going was when I knew I worked out that day, I'll have that boost of energy to be able to function the rest of the night. And then when I get home, I'd be so exhausted. I'll sleep. Sometimes I'll sleep through the gardener. I'll sleep through the doors slamming. And it was something that I was looking forward to have that, be able to function at the same time working graveyard.
Right. So that's a good point too, as far as like how your lifestyle really kind of shaped like how you eat and everything. So for those people who are listening, it kind of helps to know how you can like shape your regular fitness life around your lifestyle and still get results.
Right.
Yeah, that's super cool. So I want to talk about, you said that boot camps led you to eat differently. That's key for me because so for me right now, that's key for me because right now I want to do a triathlon. I'm training for one hopefully next year, and I got the biking down, I got the running down, but swimming is a different beast for me. I know how to swim but not long distance. And so I was just talking with my girlfriend actually about as I'm learning how to swim more and more, I'm going to have to end up having to change my diet as well too. So talk about, kind of go into like how your diet had to change as you wanted to continue along this, boot camp and stuff.
Right. For me, I needed to eat food that will sustain me through my workout schedule and my graveyard schedule, to where there's a lot of comfort food, and it's so easy to get access to that. But I know when I eat the healthy food, then I know I can sustain myself, like I said, and at the same time, my mentality is I worked out that day. If I eat the bad food, that went away, so it was worthless. So you want it to be worth the work that you did for that day. Right,
for sure. And I mean, I talked about it in another episode with somebody about it's possible to out eat a workout, right? So like a lot of people overestimate how many calories they burn. And usually with the boot camp, I figure you can burn like more or less 600, 800, something like that. But that's only like, 2 cans of soda and a bag of chips. You know what I mean? So you can eliminate it really, really easy. Yeah, so I really, that's really good that you touched on that as well. I want to know how regular exercise affected other areas of your life. Sleeping, alertness, energy. How are some areas that it really affected your life? Some of the changes.
Okay, so I sleep really well. Boot camp helped me through that. When I'm going to work, when I wake up in the afternoon to go to boot camp and go to work, usually if I don't go work out, I'd be dragging myself off the bed. You're just tired, a different tired. But when I wake up and I know I've been on my routine, I wake up, tired, but I don't drag myself. You have that, your body is at that state where, it has a program.
Yeah, for sure. Clockwork.
Clockwork.
Yeah.
So then when I get up, get to boot camp, do my 1 hour workout, come back home, I'm all energized. I have energy to last me for the next 5 hours or so. And nap could be very useful, but what can we do? But still, I'm able to sustain my energy and the lifestyle that I had working graveyard with boot camp into part of my routine.
Right. So because I'm real big on routine as well too, and I know that you have a lot of routines that you still do today, right?
Yes.
So like I'm so habit based that, like, for you, like, for example, you traveled and you went on vacation. Well, I like vacation, but at the same time, when I get back, I'm in shambles because all of my habits, all of my routines are gone. So did you kind of face some of that on vacation? And
It was very hard. When you go out of the country, of course, what is your goal is to do stuff or eat stuff that you don't normally eat when you're here.
right,
So that was on my checklist. I let that go. I went ahead and ate, and we did a little bit of exercise, which was good. I tried to put that on our schedule. But when I came back, I knew I needed to go back to my routine, to the food that I normally eat. But at the same time, while I was over there, my body was craving the food that I ate here. And it just doesn't dawn on you until you're over there and you're eating all that food, but at the same time, it doesn't satisfy you as much as the food that my body's used to when I'm over here.
right, right. So when you're around, because you went to go visit family, right?
Yes.
So when you're around family, talk about how any of the challenges or any of the positive as far as like having a positive community, being around family. Are they supportive of your eating active style? What are some challenges that you face? What are some benefits?
My family, well, my parents are old school. They see me, they think I'm skinny, and they keep telling me you need to eat more.
Right.
It's just, I think that's just being a parent.
Right.
They think, but they don't know that that doesn't mean I'm okay outside, doesn't mean I'm okay inside.
Exactly.
So trying to make them understand that, okay, here's where we're gonna compromise.
Right.
He wants me to eat, want me to taste everything, throw it on my plate. But at the same time, there's certain food that's also good back home.
Mm-hmm.
Say mangoes, the fruits and the vegetables that I have not had for a very long time. That one I ate unlimited of.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course, being with a family, they're always gonna want me to eat. They serve you food, it's almost rude not to eat the food that they serve
cultural,
you. It's the culture.